everyone. It's Melissa Newman from ASI's media team, and you are joining us for episode number 2 of I Love ASI, which is our social media series where we highlight the relationship between ASI suppliers and distributors. And I am joined by the awesome Doug Reid, who is the president and brand enthusiast for Big Bang. So, how are you doing today, Doug? It's great to see you.
Thanks, Melissa. It's nice to be here and nice to have an opportunity to chat with you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I like coming up with the questions that I had for you. I could have written, I think, 100 more, but I had to like really whittle it down for 5 great ones because you have such a prolific career in the promotional products industry. So I was like, I can't wait to speak to him. So thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, so let's get into it. So you've been in the promotional products industry for 6 years with Big Bang, but you have a very prolific career in sales for 30 years, correct? So what inspired you to make the jump from your other career into the promotional products industry? Share with us a little bit about that.
Yeah, for sure. I think I was just looking for something completely different. And I had spent, as you said, I had spent 30 plus years in a completely different industry. And I don't know if it's midlife or what, but I just want to do something completely different. And I wanted something that was my own, something that was, that I owned and I could be the, author of my own destiny. And this opportunity, literally fell in my lap, and it's just really worked out. I love what we do every day. It's just so different and interesting. And after 6 years doesn't seem like very much when you talk to other industry professionals who have been in it a lot longer than I have. But yeah, it's been a great move for us, and no regrets at all. I just love the industry and the excitement and what we can do every day.
Yeah, and I mean, I give you nothing but props because I mean, to put so much time and effort into one career to hop into something completely different, I commend you. And I think it's cool because you bring something so unique to the promotional products industry. So when we were talking before, something that stood out, which I thought was really, really cool to highlight, is that the mission, or I should say the philosophy of your distributorship, is that you are customer centric. So what does that mean to you and why is it important?
I think it's just a mantra I've always had. It came from a very successful background in the organization and the industry I was in, and so
Okay.
it was just kind of I was just very focused on that, and this industry is no different. And so when we talk about very customer focused, um, back in the day when I started in sales, we did a lot of, obviously every sale was in front of a customer, and no internet, no cell phone, certainly no email or anything. And it was all getting out, meeting your customer and doing, up and down the street business, as we used to call it, or getting to see the customer on a regular
Yeah.
basis. And with this, it's, in today's world, it's very fast paced and you're communicating completely differently with the customer.
True.
And so you really need to find a way, that separates you. And what is your value add? And what's going to differentiate you between somebody else who's just online selling. And so for us, it's just the right thing to do, if you will. We want to
Yeah.
make sure that the experience is positive for our client, that they get what they were promised, and it arrives and it's correct. And we follow up, make sure everything is to their satisfaction, and just devoting the time and energy into making sure that everything goes well. I think that, you can follow the old adage that anybody can sell something once. Anybody can take an order once. Can you continue that and continue to get additional orders and build on that, and
Yeah.
so that you become the person to go to? Our industry it can be very transactional. A lot of things that we sell are very commodity. So writing instruments, tote bags, whatever, a lot of drinkware these days, a lot of those things are very transactional, very commodity driven. And so there's not of, if you're just responding to a price situation, there's not a lot of you need to find a ways to add your value. Like, how do you add value to something where people are just reaching out and doing those kinds of things? So I want to try, every day we're trying to do something that's less, it's not so transactional, but it's actually something more than that. And engaging with a client is very important for us.
I love that. And I think there's honestly, we could do probably a whole episode or workshop even just, devoted to that answer. But I think, like you said, it's that value add that's so important, is that going above and beyond, like you realize that you're serving your customer and you're honoring that relationship and their choice, for choosing you and your distributorship to work with you over maybe a competitor. So I love that. And I think that kind of segues really nicely into my next question, which is one thing that I thought was so cool about you, which I think is timeless, is you said your sales strategy is based on relationship building. So can you share a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it pardon me, I think it ties absolutely into the first part of
Mm,
being focused on the client. And relationships are really what you're trying to get to. I mean,
yeah,
again, anybody, you can respond to a request for quote or whatever. If there's no opportunity to do a value add, if there's no opportunity to build a longer term relationship, it makes it a little bit difficult. And those relationships take time. There has to be trust there. There has to be great communication, and the client has to feel that you're working in their best interests. And so,
yeah,
every day that's what we focus on. I would partner with two key words for us that I've used in my sales professional life, all my life: relationship and partnership. Forming a partnership with the client, and in the perfect world, that kind of gives you the look behind the curtain, if you will.
mhm,
You want to know, what are they looking for? Why are they wanting this? Is it a
okay,
is it internal marketing, or is it external? What is the budget? What are they trying to achieve from that? What are they hoping that their brand or idea is going to do? And with the right relationship and the right partnership, you get that information, and you're seen by your client as being a partner of that organization, that you are the go-to when they are thinking about doing anything with branding, and you're part of the team and part of their success story. So our success has been by nurturing those relationships and partnerships, working really hard on our clients to be client focused, and then delivering on that relationship, and then find all those other opportunities that come with it. I get so many emails that say, um, oh, do you also have this, or do you also have that, or can you get this? And of course, we're in an industry where literally you can put your logo or brand on millions upon millions of things. So
yeah,
the answer, like 99 times out of 100, is yes, we do that. Yes, we can get that. And the other cool thing is that if we can't, then maybe we can make it for you. And then maybe we can just custom make it for you to
love it.
suit your requirement. So all those things together, really, I guess, what drives it in a market full of choice. You need those things to really drive what separates you from somebody else, and whether it be the work ethic, the approach, the concepts, and whatever. All those things are what helps stand out in a very crowded marketplace.
I hope for 2021, like you doing some workshops from, your perspective from Big Bang are like on your list, because I think that you would crush it. You're dropping so many good gems about like business and sales and customer relations. Like I love it. But I'm really glad that you said that, because I wanted to go into kind of a backtrack to last year. Obviously, for most people who are watching this, we all know that 2020 happened, the pandemic happened, and it threw almost every aspect of our lives for a loop. And businesses, which is a part of our life, was no different. So that being said, you were kind of an outlier in that you experienced growth, if I remember correctly. So what are some of the strategies that you put in place in your business that helped you sustain during a really rough time in our industry that carried you through to 2021?
Yeah, and as much as 2020 is gone, thankfully, we're still seeing some of that carryover. Certainly in our market and in in key segments, whether it be in tourism and hospitality and so on and travel. Those things are going to take a while to come back, and we've still got a lot to go through in order to kind of get back to where we were. I think we were fortunate. We did grow, and we continue to see great growth and great opportunity. For us, we already had a great kind of online presence, and we had tools in place that gave us that. We certainly did pivot very, very quickly to PPE items, in the early, in the first 2 or 3 months for sure, as a lot of people did. We communicated regularly with our clients, and we built specific marketing pieces that went to our clients, that we were open, that we had access to all these things, that we were able to help them during this time, and that spurred us on quite a bit. We also, during that time, we decided to invest actually in the company. We built we did new marketing. So we built a new website. We had a new tagline, Ignite Your Brand. We then communicated that effectively to our clients. We did self promo. We mailed those self promos with our new brand and our new marketing ideas, and we sent those items, direct mail to our clients and followed up. We were really focused on the at-home gifting or frontline workers and special products and all these kinds of things. We really focused on that side of it as well, and that helped drive quite a bit of our sales success for sure. But it was the marketing piece, the communication, and just being able to provide what people were looking for. I sold a lot of different things that we had never would have sold before. I was besides masks and sanitizer and stuff, and we were doing scrubs and all kinds of things for clients. So it was and continues to be quite a challenging but interesting times when you're trying to find new things. We picked up new clients as well during that time, and people we had never dealt with before. A lot of word of mouth, a lot of, oh, you sold this to ABC company, I'm looking for the same thing. So referrals and things like that also helped our business as well. We have a diverse client client list, and so if if your distributorship is kind of limited to one market segment, and it takes a downturn, unfortunately, you're really gonna be caught in that turmoil. We do have quite a very diverse range of clientele, and so while a couple might not have been doing their usual annual spends, we were making it up in other areas, and just driving that forward as well, with being able to respond to that kind of applications as well that were needed. So I think that's a big part of it as well, is that you need to have a very good diverse base of clientele, and always be always looking to add clients as well, and trying to grow based on not only just driving more revenue from your existing clients, but you need to be adding new clients as well.
Yeah,
And
no,
so,
I'm sorry, continue.
no, I was just going to say, and thankfully we were able, we were able to do both, and start working with new organizations that weren't affected at all by the pandemic, and had their marketing plans and launch plans and so on that were happening. So thankfully for us, we're very thankful for where we are and what we've been able to do, and to support our clients, and great support from great suppliers as well. We've great relationships with those suppliers that offered all kinds of neat and different things, whether it's direct ship and drop ship and personalizations, and all these things really made a difference to what distributors could pull out and offer their clients as well.
I'm really glad that you highlighted that too, right? Because that relationship is important. So I'm glad that you could lean on your supplier support. And I'm glad as well, like, you're somebody that is not deterred by a challenge. You're like, this is a new segment. The wheels are turning creatively about like what's something we can offer, how we can put something together that's valuable for them as well. And, get kind of like our foot into maybe a new segment that's beneficial to us, because I think, like you said, it's really important, especially when there's times of upheaval in an industry to be fluid and be willing to try things new. And I think that you guys like just went head on with that into much success that carried you into this year. So I always like to end with a fun question. So please tell me why you love ASI.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first off, ESP is, the excellent, great search engine that we use every
Thank
day,
you.
and so we love ESP. We just I like getting the daily update. Like, I like to be informed, and I like to see what's happening in the industry. So I like to be kept up to speed on what's happening. The Joe Show. I'm always looking for different things or interesting things, and so I like when I get my Advantages magazine. Like, I read it cover to cover, and I like the themes, and I look at new suppliers and new products and ideas that I can then say, oh, gee, that would fit great with this project, or I'm going to store that in the back of my mind. So I'm going to be able to pull that out in the future. Go, hey, that's a pretty neat new product that I could use. Um, I love going to ASI Orlando. I think that for us, and for me personally, I always go to the shows and I'm always working on things. I always have projects and I'm looking for products. And I've never failed yet to go to a show and go, gee, I'm looking for, this idea, or I need this, and being able to connect with a new supplier who I've never heard of before, and find products and to suit like projects and stuff that we're working on, or to meet with a new supplier and say, well, I've got this, I'm trying to do this, and oh yeah, we can do that for you. I'm that guy on the floor. I'm taking a picture of the product I'm seeing, and I'm emailing it to my client back
I
home
love
saying,
it.
I'm
Yes.
on the show. I seen this
That's so
product. I just
cool.
love this, and it'd be great for you. And I'm going to get the sample. I'm going to drop it off your office when I get back, and all those kinds of things. And
Oh, I
so
love it.
so we do a lot of that kind of self promo thing. We always have things that we're doing, and so I think all those things together is just it just makes it. ASI is a great partner for us. It just helps us drive our business and what we want to do.
Thank
What we
you.
want to do. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. That's awesome. That makes me so happy to hear. And I appreciate you being so honest and candid with me about your experience as a business owner, how you made it through 2020, the foundation that you've set with your clients, and a little peek behind Big Bang's very successful sales strategy. So thank you so much for your time today, Doug. I appreciate it so much.
Oh, you're most welcome, and you take care.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
Bye.